I just got another email in the ongoing saga that is lowering interest rates. Wealthfront. Is it still worth it? We're going to talk about it next. Firefighters Financial Toolbox. Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got another email from Wealthfront and I'm going to read it to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about whether or not it's still worth keeping Wealthfront's cash account with these lowering interest rate environments. Okay. First of all, hi Bradley. Today the APY on your Wealthfront cash account has decreased from 1.82% to 1.78%. This change comes as a result of a decrease in the effective Fed funds rate, which directly impacts the rate we can pay you. What does this mean for you? For every $1,000 in your cash account, you'll earn 40 cents less in annual interest. But even with this change, you'll continue to earn more than 19 times the industry average. La 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 la. Why did the interest rate change? In the past, we've had to lower our rate when the Federal Reserve cut the target range of the Fed's fund rate. However, as we've previously explained, a decrease in the effective Fed funds rate can also cause us to cut our rate. The EFFR is a direct input in the way we pay you, and it fluctuates daily. So I decided to do some of my own detective work to find out exactly if that's true. Because I remember back in October, so I went online, and I found that the last rate cut from the Fed was in October. October 30th is the date I found. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates again, trimming the federal funds rate by 0.25% to a range of 1.5% to 1.75. It marks the third consecutive time that central banks has slashed the rates as the Fed tries to stay ahead of a slower economy. That's the last one I was able to find. But here's what else I found, and you're going to like this. The Fed left the benchmark interest rate unchanged Wednesday. The current rate is allowed to fluctuate between 1.5 and 1.75%. The Federal Reserve hit the pause button Wednesday. Now this is dated December 11th, you guys, of last year. Wednesday, deciding to leave the interest rates unchanged for now and signaling no plans to cut in 2020. The Fed here says that they plan not to cut it, but so let's take a look back at why I went to Wealthfront. Now you guys know I'm a big Ally fan, and I've had an Ally online savings account for about 7 or 8 years now. And they were doing pretty good. They were at 2.1%. But along came Wealthfront. Now, remember that Wealthfront is primarily a robo-advisor. And I think that the cash account is more of a loss leader to get you in and hope that you will start using their products for investing. I don't do that. But when I got there, it was 2.57% APY. And then it dropped. And then it went to 2.51%. And then it dropped again to 2.32%. And then it dropped again all the way down to 1.82%, which it's been since October, following the Fed's fund rate cut. But here, now I find the Wealthfront cash account now has a 1.78% APY following decrease in the effective Fed's fund rate. But I can't find where the Fed cut the money. So if you guys know something I don't, let me know. Now, for a little back history, I've had this account since July, and I realized when I got in it, interest rates we were doing good. That was the best we had been able to get on our cash for several years. And I understand that when they cut it, that they have to cut it and it's going to go down. I understand the economics there. So I decided to say, okay, so first of all, why should I hold on to cash at all? So here's a couple reasons. Saving it up for investing. Okay, so you save some up until you have enough that you want to invest. That's a good idea. A rainy day fund. I like to call it my emergency fund. So I like to keep about 3 months, between 3 and 6 months, but at least 3 months of necessary funds. For example, if I was to get hurt on the job and not be able to work for 3 months, I wouldn't starve. My family would not have to suffer because I have the cash to live on. Now I realize cash doesn't make money. Investments make money. All right? Cash is safety. All right. The other thing it could be, what if I was, well, I'm already married, but if, for example, you're a 20-year-old and you're saving up for a wedding or something like that, or maybe a down payment on a new home, that's another example of when cash might be good to carry more than what you need for an emergency. When I first got the Wealthfront account, it was 2.57%. And the industry average at the time was 0.10%. Okay, now industry average being the mega banks, you guys, so that's really not. But if we looked at the other online banks at the time, 2.15% for Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Ally, mine was 2.10%. Capital One Savings, that was about 1%. It definitely was a good rate at the time. Remember, Wealthfront is a robo-advisor. Their cash account is down to 1.78. It's still better currently than my Ally, which is 1.6%. So I'm going to hold on to it. What do you guys think? Have you found a better place to keep your cash? If you have, do me a favor, put them in the comments. Let me know what you think. If there's something out there that you found that works better, let me know. I want to try it. All right. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It's really helping me out. We're getting up there, and I'm enjoying it. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you again. Thanks.